Alright, man, my boy Los, man, he about to go over the update on Bronny James. What is the update on Bronny James? I've been out of touch with the Lakers. I've just been following they record, but nigga, did he go to the G League already?
So it's been a while since I made a video on this channel giving you an update on Bronny James, and there has been a reason for this, and I'll touch upon that later on. However, I think the last time we talked about it, Bronny was in the preseason or summer league, struggling trying to find his way, and I was still trying to be a little bit more optimistic and give him as much runway as possible to prove and provide the evidence that this may not be heavily leaning nepotism that we're clearly seeing, rather than him just slowly maturing into the player that we all hoped that one day he would turn out to be. But here we are now at a conclusion that I think
we just gotta recognize Bronny for what he is, bro. Bronny is just a cash cow. He a cash cow. See, there's some players in the league that are qualified to be in the league who got the skill set and the physicality to be in the league, right? But then you got them other players who just simply could put asses in the seats. You got them other players who just simply could put asses in the seats. And it's a lot. It's Bronny not the only one. There's other players out there who are literally just on the team because they can attract media attention. The whole point of the NBA is entertainment. At the end of the day, it really isn't about the sport, even though that's what the fans care about. It really isn't about the sport. It's really about the entertainment. Because that's what's gonna keep the fans coming back. If they just had a tournament and basketball was boring as fuck, nobody would go and watch them. You go and watch basketball because it's entertaining. And so seeing LeBron James play with his son simply just put asses in a seat. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think you just gotta take it for what it is. Am I tripping, chat? Am I tripping?
Many people assume it was going to happen anyway, and Bronny has found himself playing for the G League team, and yet somehow it still gets even crazier.
For now, sources said the G League plan is for Bronny James. They're playing only South Bay home games as he shuttles between both leagues and team manages his...
He playing in both leagues. I told you. They not missing out on that bag, nigga. They not missing out on that bag.
Time on respective rosters.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Bronny James, even though he's not good enough to be in the NBA, has been demoted to the G League, is still getting preferential treatment in the G League by not playing away games. He's not going to be on the road, only playing home games. And then when the Lakers go on the road, apparently, he will be traveling with the Lakers. Let us see it. Let us see it.
Well, I mean, real reason probably so he can keep training at home in the facility.
I don't like the fact that he's not traveling. Like, why does he get special treatment?
Because my daddy, LeBron James, that's one. That's one. That's one.
Why people act like we live in a fair society? Chat, we don't live in a fair society. There are people who are born dirt fucking poor. And there are people who are born with a silver spoon. Listen, if you Donald Trump's son, you was born a billionaire. That's where you started. You started out a billionaire. But if you grew up in the Congo somewhere, nigga, you don't even know where your next meal come from. There's really no such thing as equality and fairness. That shit for the birds. That shit for the birds. You gotta play the hand you've been dealt, and you gotta make the best situation out of that hand. Simple. So when we get to this Bronny case, why would people expect anything less than special treatment? His daddy is LeBron fucking James. That's number one. Y'all heard what Gil said?
Two, right. I'm Bronny James. I'm pretty sure he is the second most famous person on the Lakers themselves. So if I don't want to travel,
bro,
he's selling more. Bronny is selling more tickets than anybody else on the Lakers roster. Facts.
Lighthearted and humorous with this. I still applaud the honesty, because I am happy we are at this phase now where we can just admit that this is all just preferential treatment. That this is a man that is not good enough to play in the NBA and receive the ability to play at the highest level, not because of his skill, not because how good he is, but simply because who his father is, the name on the back of his jersey. And at the end of the day, regardless of how you, me, or anybody else feels about it, that is nepotism. And the biggest reason why I'm making this update on this video,
nepotism. Hold on, chat. Let's get some vocabulary in real quick. Nepotism. This nigga Los done hit us with some damn smoke. How you even spell that? Nepotism. Here it is. The practice of giving relatives or friends an unfair advantage or preferential treatment in the workplace, in a field, or in an occupation. Nepotism. Hey, add that to the vocab.
Yo, it's because it is
add that to the vocab
as day now. Clear as day. And just in case you were wondering, well, what is Bronny doing in the G League? He ain't playing good out there either. So far in 2 outings, he's only
5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, 21% from field goal range, 0% from 3. Damn.
averaging 5 points, shooting 21% from the field, 0% from behind the arc, and recording 3 assists, 2.5 rebounds, but turning the ball over 3 times a game. So once more, even at a lower level, Bronny still isn't performing to the level in which that would justify.
I think it's too much pressure. I don't even really think it's probably his skill set. I think it's just too much pressure. I think number one, he's extremely underdeveloped, right? But he has the expectation of a star player. So it's like he gets out there, and instead of taking the necessary steps to become that star player, I think he's trying to jump the gun a little bit. He's skipping steps. Wait, hold on. Let me slide this over. Oh, damn. He's skipping steps a little bit.
2.5 rebounds, but turning the ball over 3 times a game. So once more, even at a lower level, Bronny still isn't performing to the level in which that would justify him being not only selected in the NBA, but certainly not receiving a guaranteed contract from an NBA team that is lacking in depth and that could have utilized that last roster spot to add some talent to the roster that the Lakers desperately need. And the only reason why I'm being this animated is because how many media members over the course of this year was gaslighting all of us to sit here and say, if you dare, if you dare ever challenge the idea that Bronny is or isn't an NBA player, you're just hating. McDonald All-American. He didn't play all the games in college. You gotta give him a chance.
Bro, we all knew that's bullshit. Why people be acting like niggas don't lie? We all knew that was bullshit.
Charges, people talking about nepotism. No, the NBA is full of nepotism. Full of it.
No, the NBA is full of fucking liars. Full of liars. Yo, y'all know how many people be giving these takes, and they give these takes just for the shock value, but they themselves truly don't believe in what they talking about. And you can prove this by following them in their takes and how inconsistent their takes become. Scottie Pippen is number one fucking liar. Jump from take to take just to get the shock value of the take, but truly don't embody the take. Honestly, that's not his true opinion, and all these media personalities do it. Everybody do it.
The ownership level, front offices.
Hold on, Chad, let me check something.
Absolutely. Coaching.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it all of a sudden because of Bronny James's father plays for the Lakers.
The truth of the matter is, bro, when you put everything aside, the brother just wasn't good enough to be in the NBA. It probably would have benefited him a little bit more to spend at least one more year in college. And if it meant another year or two, then so be it. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that he's properly prepared, he's good, look at his resume, just give him the opportunity without acknowledging that the reason why he got this opportunity is because of his father, then you were just being delusional. All this news about, there was a couple of teams that really they were trying to work him out. There's a couple of teams that thought about drafting him.
Right now, Rich Paul's calling teams, don't take Bronny James.
Yeah, nah, this all publicity. Yeah. Or to try to trade for Bron or something, or to get picks out the Lakers or players off the Lakers, bro. Niggas, bro, let's just call a spade, bro. Bronny's just I ain't gonna say he's ass. I'm gonna just say he's underdeveloped.
He's telling him, do not take him, okay? He's saying, don't take him. If you take him, he's going to Australia. So he has a plan and he has a place.
Bullshit. And even if they were thinking about drafting him, they certainly weren't thinking about giving him a guaranteed contract when they haven't proven a single thing about who Bronny was at that point. The reason why any of that news was breaking, just so people can die down and not kill LeBron too much on a whole nepotism point that was valid.
How are you not going to get him the full, just benefit of actually playing on the court? You're just going to hold him kind of a little bit hostage?
This is the one time I'm like, now y'all ass tripping. Because if your goal is to make Bronny the best player he can be, playing in the G League as much as possible is the way to do it. You don't want to put him on public planes, what do you call it?
He won't be flying on the commercial
flights. He can't be on
flights.
American Airlines.
Nope.
What? Like, some people have always said it felt like a sideshow. This is the first time I've genuinely felt that way. Because now it feels like the goal is not to have Bronny have a great career. It's like for Bronny to be on the Lakers.
Thank you, Kenny! Because that's what everyone has effectively been feeling. Bro.
But Chad, if you're a GM, and like I said, the number one, a lot of people think the number one priority for the NBA is to create competitive basketball games. It's not. The number one priority for the NBA is to make money and to sell their product. And if your sales tickets at the Staples Center or wherever Bronny James is goes up because Bronny James is on a bench, would you keep Bronny James in the G League? If my sales go up, let's just say it go, I don't know the numbers, but let's just say it go up 25%, 10%, who knows? Why keep him in the G League when this guy is selling more tickets than the second best star on my team? He's selling more tickets. He putting more asses in the seats than the second best player on this team. You gotta bring him up and make that cheddar. And make that cheddar. And just hope he develop in the process. Just hope he develops in the process. If I'm a GM, I'm doing the same thing. And then you do this, you get with the PR team, and of course, control damage. I'ma try to keep the narrative on Bronny James is developing and he's good enough to play in the league. Anybody, if I'm a GM and anybody's doing that. Anybody's doing that. I think a lot of people are getting upset because they're starting to realize the manipulation factor in the NBA. I think the delusion of the NBA is wearing off. I think people are starting to wake up a little bit and see that the NBA isn't about competitive basketball games, that it's more about selling. And I think a lot of people's waking up, not just in the sports arena, but across the board, that everything is about selling products, selling, making money, and that they could give a fuck about the customer, to be honest, and how competitive their games are. And what the consumer really wants to see, they really could give a fuck about it. And I think more people are starting to wake up to that. The Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, Exhibit A. It's the same problem that's going on with 2K. People hop on 2K and they're upset that they gotta buy all this shit just to play the game. More and more, I think that's why people are more pissed off.
You want Bronny to improve. Why would you exclude him from activities that most NBA players or G League players would have to go through? A part of the process of becoming a better player is building camaraderie, chemistry with your teammates. Excluding him from that process, which is traveling, makes absolutely positively no sense if you truly want him to be in the NBA. If it's not about LeBron, if it's not about feeding his ego, if it's not about trying to build up this great story, in which is a sidebar before I continue, the shit that people were saying when they had that moment in the opening night when Bronny went out on the floor, had a great moment with LeBron and the Griffeys was out there, great moment. But this idea that people were supposed to be happy for everything that happened, to me is crazy. Sure, if you are happy, that's great. Me personally, it was a cool moment, right? Great, really, really great moment. But in the same instance, I can also understand why people were turned off by it, because at the end of the day, nepotism has never, ever, especially as a black man, never been something that people have openly been applauding for. Oh my goodness. I have been working at this law firm for 17 years, and I was this close to getting a promotion, but the boss's son finally graduated from college, and he came right in, swooped up, and stole the opportunity that I was working ultra hard for. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. It's going to be great for this to now to be a father and son law firm and giving it to an underqualified 22-year-old when I've been working here for nearly 2 decades. Oh, man. Just congratulations. Again, why do you think people are going to applaud that? And now all of a sudden, there are random people telling me and everybody else that you gotta be ultra happy and don't you dare criticize it, as if like you
that nigga, hey, why the fuck? Nigga, why that nigga hit that goddamn head bobble? Ultra, don't you dare. Yo, my boy Low snapping.
Me and everybody else, you gotta be ultra happy and don't you dare criticize.
Don't you
it.
dare.
It's like you niggas was part of the
Don't
LeBron
you
James
dare.
family. Nigga, your last name not James. You don't benefit from this. Why are you this happy for it, my nigga? Again, you don't have to hate on it. I get that. But people having a problem for it, nigga, my name ain't James. LeBron ain't my daddy, my uncle, my auntie, my mother, my grandfather. He ain't none of that shit. He not blood related to me, so I don't benefit from it.
I get his frustration. The people that live in a delusion, yeah, that'll piss you off. The people that's buying the bullshit that they selling, yeah, that'll piss you off. I'd much rather somebody call a spade a spade. Just like we sat here and did. I mean, a lot of people know what the fuck is going on, but for them people the fans who would just sit up here and just ride LeBron dick all motherfucking, yeah, that'll piss me off too. Cause it's like, bro, wake up. They don't even believe the lies that are coming out their mouth. Why the fuck do you do?
So why is it that I'm forced to be happy for something that I don't benefit from? That made no sense to me. But like Kenny said, and going back to this, yeah, all of this shit is weird. It's weird. Traveling is a part of being an NBA player, especially with teammates that he's going to be spending most of his time on the floor with. Taking that away from him makes absolutely no sense.
From my understanding, he's only going to play in the South Bay Lakers home games, that he's only going to kind of be a part-time G League player. I don't like that. I don't know whose idea it was. Obviously, the Lakers are fine with it. They're doing it. I've now, on this particular instance, I think that's gone too far.
Oh my goodness, that's actually
I know his teammates pissed off. Because it's like, this nigga get treated like an all-star, but ain't got the numbers. Yeah, that'll definitely. Listen, if you a player, I think that's who it'll piss off above all. Above all, the fans, we ain't really tripping too hard about it. But like he said, the person that been working their motherfucking ass off for these opportunities, and somebody like Bronny just giving, yeah, I'll be pissed off too. And then you jump on and off the team, you taking up all the shots. Nigga, you in the game turning that bitch over, shooting 21% from the field. Barely doing anything, but your usage rate is through the roof. Then you ain't even gotta get your motherfucking ass on a plane and go and travel to different cities. Nigga, you at home. Nigga, you at the cribbo. And then you hop in, nigga, when the Lakers come back home or when the Lakers go on the road, nigga, you on a bench with it. Big chilling. Shit.
Time ever hearing that from Brian Windhorst, when Brian Windhorst was one of the people, if I'm not mistaken, that was adamant on this idea of giving him an opportunity.
I am totally on board with the whole Bronny James thing with the Lakers. I think it was a smart move to draft him. The 55th pick in the draft hits a single-digit percentage of the time. If the Lakers can use the 55th pick on Bronny James and get a more engaged LeBron this year, I don't care if it's a single-digit percentage more engaged LeBron, it's a good investment.
And now is all of us.
I didn't think about it from that perspective. You get a more engaged LeBron. Hey man, sometimes as an organization, you gotta bite the bullet. You look at Giannis and his brother. They ain't moving, bro. They not moving Thaddeus. Is that his name, Thaddeus? Yeah, they not moving him. So I mean, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet, chat.
But suddenly pivoting back to like, we have to use this to more so benefit LeBron, which to me is crazy. And in all honesty, it all feels like this is more so for LeBron than even Bronny. If you're not making Bronny travel on G League games so he could get better and build chemistry with his teammates, and you just want him around his father, it just feels like this is a more of an accomplishment for.
Let me ask you something. Do y'all really think that Bronny even got the grit, that Bronny even got the ambition that it takes to really become an NBA player? Because, I mean, that's the big hiccup when it comes to, like, when you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like, LeBron was born dirt fucking poor, right? Just him and his mom in Akron, Ohio. The slums of Akron, Ohio, right? That's a different motor than somebody who grew up in a mansion in Los Angeles. Somewhere in the fucking Calabasas somewhere. Nigga driving Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis to your prom. Nigga got the latest, nigga, you on Phase and all this and some more shit. You pretty much a celebrity before you even reach the age of 16. Never really had to work for nothing in your life. Never really had to struggle for nothing in your life. Do you think Bronny even have the motor that it takes to get to a certain level to where he can thrive? Not even thrive, to just be a regular role player in the NBA. Because I'm telling you, you gotta have a dark psyche. You can't just, I don't know. If you was given everything, I don't know where the fuck you even get the ambition from to wanna strive for anything. I think Bronny is really nice. I don't know if he has that dark side. I haven't seen it. I don't know if he got that thick skin. I'm talking about that because the level of work you gotta put in is grueling. It's grueling. I mean, even for me, like, college was a true test of where, like, do I even really love basketball? Like, dead ass. I mean, because it was nothing but basketball. It was eat, sleep, shit, piss, basketball. Every day, all day, nigga, that cold plunge to the court, to the weight room, to 5 a.m. on the field, strength and conditioning, then you on the road, nigga, then you got homework and class. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, and that's just the basics. That's just the basics. Outside of that, you got to get your own individual work in, which is a whole nother task in itself. And it's like, do Bronny have a motor to endure something like that? I don't know, chat. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Got a house on the hill, I don't back out. Ain't showing no love, no, not in this season. I'm waiting to bring all my racks out. Now who keeping all of my niggas? Been waiting to shoot up the burner. Caught in my feels, I need some more soda. She loving the pill, her body get warmer. Got her right on top.